You checked the clock this morning and it was 7 a.m. You blinked and somehow it was already dark outside. Where did the hours go? You were busy all day, moving, responding, doing things, and yet you cannot name a single thing you did that actually mattered. This happens to you more than you admit. Whole days vanish into a blur of motion that leaves no mark, and you tell yourself tomorrow will be different, that tomorrow you will finally use the time well. But tomorrow arrives and dissolves the same way, and the days keep stacking up behind you, empty, uncounted, gone forever while you were looking at a screen. Notice how young you still feel inside, even as the years pile up outside. In your head you are always about to start, always on the verge of getting serious, always just a little while away from becoming the person you mean to become. That feeling of having endless runway is the most dangerous lie your mind tells you. You move through your 20s and 30s as if the clock were paused, as if the real work could always begin later, as if some future version of you would handle everything you keep postponing. But that version never arrives, because he is made of the same delay you are living in right now, and every day you hand him is a day you will never touch again. Watch how you spend a typical evening and let it disturb you. 3 hours gone to videos you will not remember. An hour lost scrolling through the lives of people you will never meet. The night bleeds away into small pleasures that add up to nothing, and you go to sleep vaguely dissatisfied without understanding why. The why is simple. You traded another irreplaceable evening of your one life for entertainment that gave you nothing back, and you did it without even deciding to, on autopilot, the way you do almost every night. Multiply that by a year and you have handed away months. Multiply it by a decade and you have given away years of evenings you can never reclaim. The Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote something 2,000 years ago that still cuts to the bone. He said, "We are not given a short life, but we make it short by wasting it." People guard their money fiercely, he noticed, refusing to let anyone steal a coin. Yet they let anyone and everyone steal their time, the one possession they should protect above all others, because it can never be replaced. You would fight a man who tried to rob your wallet, but you hand your hours freely to anything that asks, to distractions and obligations, and people who add nothing to your life, never once treating your time as the precious, vanishing resource it actually is. Here is the part that should keep you awake. Time is the only thing you can never earn back. Lose money and you can make more. Lose a friend and you can build new bonds. Wreck your health and you might still recover it. But a day that passes is gone with a finality. Nothing else in your life carries, subtracted permanently from a total you cannot see and did not choose. You are spending down a balance that only shrinks, and you have no idea how much remains, and still you act as if the supply were endless. This is the cruelty at the heart of it. The clock takes and never gives anything back. Your brain is wired to make this worse, not better. It discounts the future automatically, treating the reward you could have tomorrow as worth less than the small pleasure available right now, which is why you choose the easy comfort over the meaningful work again and again. This wiring made sense when survival was uncertain and the future might not come, but it betrays you now, in a world where you will almost certainly live to face the consequences of every day you wasted. The comfort feels vivid and the cost feels distant, so you keep making the trade. Keep choosing the immediate over the important. Keep sacrificing your future to feed your present. One small surrender at a time. Something strange happens when a man truly grasps that his days are numbered. The trivial falls away, the grudges shrink, the fear of looking foolish evaporates against the far larger fear of reaching the end with a life unlived. People who survive near-death experiences often describe this clarity, the way facing the end suddenly reveals what was always worth doing and what was always noise. You do not need to nearly die to access this. You only need to stop pretending you will live forever, to let the reality of your own ending sharpen your sense of what these days are actually for, because that sharpening is where urgency is born, and urgency is what you have been missing.
The men who accomplish extraordinary things are not given more hours than you. They get the same 24, the same 7 days, the same finite allotment everyone receives. What separates them is that they treat those hours as sacred, refusing to let them leak away into nothing, guarding their time with a seriousness most people reserve for money they will forget in a year. They said no to the distractions you say yes to. They protected the mornings you surrender, defended the evenings you waste, treated each day as an irreplaceable unit of a life they intended to actually build. The difference was never talent or luck. The difference was how they held their time. So look hard at how you are living, because the pattern you are in right now is the pattern that will carry you to the end if you do not break it. The wasted mornings, the vanished evenings, the days that blur into nothing, none of it is harmless. All of it is subtracting from a total that will run out sooner than you think. You keep believing you will start using your time well someday. But someday is built from days exactly like this one, and this one is almost gone. The clock does not care about your intentions. It only counts what you actually do. And right now it is counting a life of delay. Begin treating your time like the dying resource it is, starting with the very next hour. Do not wait for a new year or a Monday or the perfect moment that never comes, because every hour spent waiting is another hour fed to the monster that devours them all. Take one thing that matters and give this hour to it, fully, refusing to let it dissolve into the usual noise. Then do it again tomorrow and the day after, until protecting your time becomes the habit that reshapes your entire life. The hours are running out whether you use them or not. The only question left is whether you will finally spend them on something real before the clock finishes counting, and there are no hours left to spend.